my equestrian friends, it's me Lisa, the Budget Equestrian. Welcome back to another video. And today I wanted to share with you guys something that I did. A long time ago I had made myself a grooming tote. And I decided I wanted to make my grooming tote and my leather care kit match. And the reason that I did this was recently my friend Linda and I went to the Colorado Horse Park and we were at a horse show. And I was noticing by the in-gate, there were lots of grooming totes lined up and they all pretty much looked the same. They were all wooden, but they all looked the same. And since I want to take my horse to a show next summer, I want to have a ringside grooming tote, which is what I'm going to use this for. But I didn't want it to look the same as everyone else's. So I thought it would be fun to make my two wooden grooming totes match. It was really easy, and I'm going to show you how I did it right now. So these are my grooming totes. The first one is my IKEA grooming tote I got, and I got this for around, I think it was $10 at IKEA. And this is my homemade grooming tote, which I did make a video on and I'll link to it. So if you want to see how I did it, you can follow along in this video. And the first thing I did was clean out and get all of the dust off of the totes. They do seem to gather a little bit of dust, especially out in my tack room. And this is the paint that I'm going to use. It's called Heritage Chalk Paint, and it's a 3-in-1 paint, which is a primer, a wax, and a top coat all in one. And then the paintbrush that I'm using is actually a chalk paintbrush. And I found both of these on Amazon. They had the best price, so I will leave a link just in case you're curious about this chalk paint. It works really well. It's very forgiving. You don't see brush marks, and it dries really fast, and it's just really, really good chalk paint. I was really impressed with this. It was super easy to use, and it didn't take a lot of paint to cover basically whatever project I was using it for. The chalk paint cost around $32 for a 32-ounce jar of the paint, and the paintbrush itself was, I think, $13.75 on Amazon. And I didn't do a lot of prep work. I just took the paint and painted both of the totes. I did take my time and do a couple of coats of paint because I wanted to make sure that I get a really nice finish on the tote itself. And this was the first coat of paint on the smaller tote. I have to say, painting the inside was probably the most challenging part. So I learned from doing the small tote first, and I painted the inside of the larger tote first. And even though the larger tote was a darker color, it only took 2 coats of the chalk paint to completely cover it. And then I waited about 24 hours before painting on the second coat. And even with just one coat of the paint, it looks really good, but I wanted to make sure that it was a solid coat of paint and you couldn't see the wood showing through. And these are the totes all finished and just waiting to be used. I think they turned out really well and I can't wait to use them. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? I had bought the chalk paint for painting our dresser and I really like how it went on. I really like the finish. I wish you could feel how nice and soft and smooth this is, but it worked so well and I had a lot of paint left over, so I thought, hey, I'm gonna paint my grooming totes, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. So like I said, this is going to be my ringside tote for next year at the horse shows. And so I took my nameplate right there. So it's personalized with my name. And then my leather care kit pretty much lives in my tack room. And I use this a lot, and I find that having a kit like this makes it really easy. It's portable. I can bring it in the house. I can keep it in the tack room. And it's got my favorite leather cleaning and leather care items inside of it. And I find if I keep all of my leather care conditioning stuff all in one location, like this tote, and it's in my face, so then I'm much more likely that I'm going to clean my tack after every single ride, or when I'm bringing it in the house for the winter time, which it's almost time to do. And this cute little tote I actually bought a couple of years ago from IKEA, and it works great as a grooming tote, but for me, I really like using it as a leather care caddy, whatever you want to call it. So I've got the leather care caddy, and I have my personalized ringside tote. So this will have different things inside that I'm going to keep or carry with me when I go into a class for a horse show. No, I'm not taking the tote into the class, but I will leave it outside, and it'll have like little touch-up things. I can put my hoof polish in here, rub rag, my fancy schmancy Haas Diva brush. That brush is awesome. And just stuff like that. So this is where I will put things like finishing touches before we enter the ring. And I think probably what was my favorite part about this project was this didn't cost me anything to do. I had already bought the paint, I had the paintbrush, and I had the grooming totes, so I just made use of what I had and made it work for me. That's what's so much fun about being a DIY or budget equestrian, in my opinion. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can watch all my other DIY projects, product reviews, and horse-related videos showing you how to make the most of the time that you have with your horse. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope so.